Hey there everybody, this is Airhead, and welcome back to another episode of Pokémon Colosseum. In the last episode we made it to Pyrite Town. We asked around for any information on the mysterious Pokémon that Rui saw. We ended up talking to this guy, Kale. He told us that the Pokémon are called Shadow Pokémon and we can get one from winning around in the Colosseum. So to prepare for that, we are going to do a bunch of battling this episode. So that will be a lot of fun. But before we do that, there is one place we have not visited in this town yet. So we're going to go over here to this little secluded house with the, I guess, a G or a C on it. We're going to go on in here and meet Mr. Duking himself. The name's Duking. I run the Colosseum here. If you want to enter a battle, go see the Colosseum's receptionist. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm busy. Yes, the Duke of Pyrite. Duking. A little too busy for us right now. Hey kid, what's up with you? I'm the lookout. Nobody's supposed to get by me. There's nothing special behind the bookshelf. Oh, I'm sure there's nothing special at all. There's a button at the side of the bookshelf. Press it. Who wouldn't? Yes, we're gonna go to the secret behind the bookshelf. And see that there's a cave in the side of this guy's house with a bunch of kids in it. That's why, Marcia. We've got to somehow snag them from those criminals. Wah! You startled me. How did you get in here? That's weird. My little brother's supposed to be on lookout. I mean, he didn't really do anything to stop me. My sister hasn't done anything but chatter. I'm so bored. I want to play house. This must be Marcia. Or Marcia. I don't know. I like Marcia better. Are you Papa's friends? I'm Marcia. I'm pleased to meet you. But sorry, we're busy. We're talking about something that's quite important. Please come visit and play us with another time. Oh, well, if they're talking about snagging, then we might be involved. But that's for a later time, so we're just gonna head back out. Oh, something's up. Duking, how much more are you gonna take from Mirror B and his stooges? They're using you and the Colosseum. What is the matter with you? Have they sucked the spirit right out of you? So you just clam Pearl up. I've lost faith in you. Uh-oh, seems like there's a bit of a tiff going on. The man that went out is Silva. He's Duking's friend. But he's really angry. His face looked all scary. Yes, Silva. I really like that naming scheme. In the town of Pyrite, which can sometimes be seen as a bit of an impurity in some rocks, the pure metal silver is the one to do justice. So Silva, silver. I like that connection. And then I guess another name connection is the police officer Cheryl's. Or Cheryl's. It's obviously Sheriff, so maybe Cheryl's, but I also like to think it's Sherlock Holmes, even though Sherlock Holmes is a detective and not a policeman. But that would also make the connection for Johnson and Watson. But you never know. What was that all about? Sorry, but I'm busy. You'll have to excuse me. Oh, okay. Well then. So now, after that, it is time to battle everyone in Pyrite Town that we can right now. And we're going to start with this guy. So what was my team? Alright, we're going to start with Umbreon to get him back up with Espeon, and we're going to keep going with Bayleaf because his heart gauge is almost all the way down. And once he goes down, I'll put in Espeon to get him all trained up. Let's start with this guy. Yo, your outfit's kind of weird, but you're a trainer too, aren't you? Sure am. Good, that's okay then. I'll teach you about one of the few rules this town has. Here, we have street battles rather than exchanging greetings. Oh, well, what a nice practice, Chaser Calda. So while we're battling, I thought it would be a perfect time to talk about some Pokemon stuff because it just so happened that me LPing this came out as an amazing time because Sword and Shield news is going to be coming out while I play this, so I can talk about it. So I'm going to talk about some Sword and Shield stuff. Not right now because there is something in this battle I want to talk about. Kinda. I mean, it's nothing really important. I'm just gonna double team this Tailo. I guess I could talk about it. So Sword and Shield, I'm so excited for Sword and Shield. It's gonna be so good. I'm so pumped. So I thought I'd start off talking about the region. The Galar region. I really like that name because it's based off of Great Britain, which is cool. I love this. I love that a lot of the regions or pretty much every region is based off of a real world place. Gives you a nice sense of culture. So the Galar region, very appropriate because Great Britain, the Knights of Valor, and then they hold galas a lot. Oh, the Slackoth. Okay. You can rebattle trainers in this game, and a lot of the time they'll have stronger Pokemon. This guy, for some reason, his Slackoth never gets any stronger. His other Pokemon do, and they evolve, but this Slackoth, it stays the same level the entire time, and I have no idea why that happens. So Galar, I really like it. I find it funny that everyone was complaining that the regions have been getting more and more linear, and Galar is literally just a straight line going up. But I looked at the map a little bit more closely, and there are a lot of little branching paths you can take, so it looks like there's a lot to explore. The region doesn't look super varied. Not a lot of environments, but I mean Great Britain doesn't have a lot of environments either. There's some grasslands, there's some icy areas, some forests, but it doesn't look like there's much of a desert or a lot of water areas, but that's okay. Or there's not a volcano, which I am kind of sad about because I really like volcano areas. I also like the graphics, of course. The graphics look amazing. It's Pokemon on the Switch. It's everything we could ever hope for. But yeah, the graphics look amazing. I love the region. Oh, nice, 28. Whoops, you're better than me. So yeah, I love the region. The colors, I like that it's not quite as colorful as Alola because Alola is Hawaii, and Hawaii is crazy colorful, so they reserve the colors a little bit more. It's still a colorful region, but it's a little bit more held back in the sense of color. Let's see how Bayleaf's doing. Almost there. Alright, on to the next trainer. This girl's funny. Oh, look at what we have here. You're quite the hottie. Everyone's going after Wes. Why don't you lose that wallflower with you and be my sweetie? Oh, Rui's not happy about that. Wait a second, who are you to call me a wallflower? What about me makes me a wallflower? I mean, Rui's kind of reserved and quiet. I can sort of see it. Ahaha, look at her. She's all serious. Uncool. I'm only teasing out of boredom. A guy like him, he's not to my taste. What? Wes is an absolute catch. Grr, that's it. I'm furious now. Oh, there's that fire. Not so much of a wallflower now. Wes, be a man. Stomp her down. Oh, you got it, Rui. Stomp who, me? Ahaha, that's a laugh. Come on, then. I'll go easy on ya. Oh, yeah. No one makes fun of Rui on my watch, Emic. Alright. She got the poison types. I guess we'll talk about the starters now. Starters, I like all of them. They're all adorable, of course. I'm Team Score Bunny all the way. It's just so cute. I love them. And then probably Sobble and Grookey. I looked at when the trailer released. I looked at social media a lot, Twitter and all that, just to see everyone's excitement. It's always a lot of fun. And it seemed like Score Bunny was the most popular. Maybe a little too popular, if you know what I mean. Poor thing didn't even last 5 minutes. But I mean, that's just how it goes. No exceptions and all that. So, and then, Sobble seemed to be the second most popular. And then, after that, Grookey. Grookey just, I mean, there wasn't too much love for Grookey. Oh, they're synchronized doing nothing, because poison types can't be poisoned. So yes, I'm a big fan of all the starters. I like Score Bunny the most, because I'm usually a fan of the mammalian starters, or the ones that just look the cutest. Like, it looks like Chespin, but a rabbit, so I'm a big fan. I love Chespin. And I like that they have, I like their personalities, how Score Bunny is super energetic, and Sobble, everyone loves Sobble because it cries all the time. It's so timid. And Grookey it's mischievous, and it likes to hit things with a stick. So the personality I don't feel as much for Grookey. There's not as much personality there, but they'll probably expand on it more. Oh, serious, yeah. Take that. We avenged you, Rui. Even though you are kind of a wallflower, sort of. But that's not a bad thing. What kind of a man battles a frail girl like me without easing up? You're not going to win the hearts of girls that way. Well, I already have. Okay, here's the thing with poison. Wait for it. There it is. The Buzzy with the red flash. The first time that happened in this game, I freaked out. I had no idea what was going on. But it's like every 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, a little bit more. In the main games, it's 4. But I guess it's here, it's 6. And you take 1 damage every 6-ish steps. So we're gonna go heal up. $100 a night, yep, okay. I guess I can do a little conjecture on the starters too. I'm guessing Scorbunny is going to evolve into a fire ground type because it's a soccer player. That's why, like, score a goal and also Scorch and Bunny, Scorbunny. So probably fire ground because being a part of the ground is very important, or being on the ground is very important for soccer. I've also seen electric because it runs so fast. That's a possibility. And Fire Fairy would be cool. I don't really know the connection that Fire Fairy could make. Alright, now on to this. This is the dual square. All these trainers have shadow Pokemon. And so there are a lot of options to snag here. You can battle them as many times as you want. This game sometimes makes it seem like there are missable shadow Pokemon, but there aren't any missable shadow Pokemon. You'll always have an opportunity to catch all of them as many times as you want. A lot of them, if you miss them, like the Makuhita, if you miss the Makuhita, you can't try again until post-game, but you'll have as many chances as you want. So we're just gonna get started. I do want to save this guy for last. Oh, who do I want to battle first? I'll battle this guy first. And then, okay, so more on starters. Sobble, I'm guessing, because it turns invisible. It's probably gonna be Water Ghost. You looking to battle with me? That's too funny. Come at me as if your life depended on it. Kya-ha-ha. So yeah, Water Ghost, Vant. Grookey's a tough one. Grookey, I'm not sure. Maybe Grass Rock, because it hits its stick with a rock. It's also mischievous, so Grass Dark. They also they've done Fire Dark and Water Dark in the past 2 generations, so it's probably time for the Grass type to get one. Alright, here's Shadow Misdreavus. This is a tough one. Misdreavus is a tough one to catch. Because I can't paralyze it because it's Ghost and it's immune to Body Slam. But we'll just save it for later. I'll try and Torment it because it can use really annoying moves. Like Confuse Ray. And then I'm guessing they've done in the past 2 generations, maybe even 3, they've done the final evolutions where there's a masculine one, a feminine one, and a kind of gender neutral one. Like Gen 6, Delphox was the feminine, Chestnut was the masculine, and then Greninja was the in-between. I guess you could also argue Gen 5 had it, where I guess Superior could be seen as the female one. Oh, Tickle. Tickle's a funny move. So I'm guessing, I guess it's the Grass starter's turn to become feminine, so I guess Grookey will be feminine, and then Sobble will be masculine. I've also seen the theory that like each Pokemon is based on a certain gala event. Like, Scorbunny is the athlete, and then... Oh, Shadow Ball hurts a lot. Where Scorbunny is the athlete, Sobble is the entertainer, like the actor, and then Grookey is the musician. So that makes sense. I think that'd be cool. Yeah, that's really about it for the starters. I love all of them. They're all great. I can't wait for their evolutions to be revealed. And I'll probably get to talk about it when that happens, so that'll be a lot of fun. Oh, Confusion into Hyper Mode. Great. Super fun. The good thing is Misdreavus can't really touch Umbreon at all. Alright, next. It's time to talk about the characters. So, I love the protagonist designs. I really do. The female one is fantastic. She's adorable. And I love that everyone makes her like a super angry Scottish person. I just find that hilarious. Like all the memes around that. That's really funny. The male protagonist, I think the thing I like most about him is his giant backpack. And that's really about it. He's okay. The female one I really like. She's not as high up as Hilda or Rosa. She's about on par with Serena for me. Maybe a little under May. She's kind of in the middle of designs. Whoa, screen went out for a sec. Yeah, we're good. And then, the male protagonist, I mean, I don't really have much of a scale for the male protagonists. Except Hilbert is the top, and that's really all that matters. And then they showed off some NPCs too, some NPC trainers. I really like the last design, the preppy school design, which I think is really nice looking. The youngster, I don't have a ton to say. I like his hair. That's really all I had to say about the youngster design. That's about it for characters. I have a list because I wanted to organize my thoughts on this, and because these battles are going to take a while, and I want to get all of them done. Oh my gosh, jeez! And Misdreavus is also incredibly hard to catch. But good thing we have Furret, who is immune to Ghost. I guess I'll talk about some miscellaneous stuff. Music. Yes, of course I have to talk about the music. That's like how I started. So, the main theme is awesome. I love what they did with the main theme because it started out as the Hall of Fame theme that then transitions into the main theme, which is so cool. Such a great way to twist it up a little bit. A taunt. So yes, love the main theme. I love the kind of techno start that gets into the more instrumental guitar. Very nice. Other music, they play 2 other tracks, just snippets of it. Oh my gosh, am I gonna catch the first try? Wow, that was lucky. That's gonna save a lot of headache later. That's awesome. Go! I'm going to do all of the bios at the end because there's going to be like 6 bios and that's going to take a long time. Oh, this is Hyper. They're going over mechanics. If Pokemon goes in Hyper mode, you call its name. Yeah, all these people will teach you about Shadow Pokemon mechanics. So we got Misdreavus, and I'll do all the bios at the end because there are going to be a lot of them, and if you want to skip them, you can. You can just end the episode when bios start. So I'm going to heal up again. And then while that's going on, more music. They played, I think, a Root theme when Masado was talking. I'm pretty sure it's a Root theme because they showed the picture of the Root in the background. So I love that Root theme. For just the little bit they played, oh, I love it. It's high energy, and it has bagpipes. I love bagpipes, which makes sense because it's Great Britain. And then the other town theme they played when what was his name? Omori was talking, the director. And I'm pretty sure it's the big London-inspired town or city because it had like clangy bells, and I mean it's based off of London with Big Ben, so that makes sense. It had cool clangy bell sounds. Oh yeah, by the way, heart gauge is all the way down. Can't go down any further. We can't get rid of the shadow aura yet, but the heart gauge won't go any lower. So we're going to put Espeon up because Bayleaf can't get any experience. Well, can get experience, but, I mean, he's level 30. So he's good. Oh, and the London town theme had saxophones. And I love saxophones too. So I'm really looking forward to the music. I think it's going to be awesome. Alright, on to the next person. This is Dual Square. Where even crying kids know they better shut up. It's where the Roughnecks gather. So how about it? You like to battle with me? Yeah, sure. Excellent. I like a man who can come to a quick decision. Let's have it out. Let's see. Oh, another miscellaneous thing. I noticed during the trailer, the female protagonist was sneaking through the grass, which I really hope that means Dexnav is returning, because I love Dexnav. Dexnav was one of my favorite things in Oris. Oh, what do we got here? Yep. Shadow Noctowl. Alright. I'm going to set up a Reflect. And then Secret Power. It might be accuracy drop here, but it might also be paralysis, so I'm going to go with Secret Power. They are bringing gyms back in Sword and Shield, which I'm very happy about. I really like gyms. The Totem Pokemon was cool. It was challenging, but I'm really glad to have gyms back. It seemed like from the map there were only like 4, but we probably didn't have a complete view of the map. So there's probably gonna be more. I bet there's more than 4 gyms, but it looked like there was some gimmick with the gyms where like there's an audience and it's like a big soccer field, so that can play a part. And then the names of the games, Sword and Shield, I think is very appropriate because Knights of England and all that. And it's gonna lead to... Oh, Hypnosis is great. It's going to lead to some cool legendaries, I would think. You got a really offensive one and a really defensive one. They're probably... I would hope they're not both steel or a dual type of steel, but it's very possible. Very possible that they're both steel. Alright, well, we'll just... Oh wait, Espeon's asleep. Perfect for calling. I'm gonna keep secret powering this Noctowl. Hopefully I can get a status on it. There's not too much to talk... Oh my gosh, no hypnosis. Are you gonna use on Espeon? Okay. Oh, that's fun. There's not too much to talk about because we haven't gotten a ton of information on Sword and Shield yet. So I'm gonna talk about some hopes. I have a lot of hopes. I know. But I might as well just throw a bunch of stuff at the wall and just hope for a bunch of things. So starting off for hopes, I don't think 100 Pokemon is particularly reasonable. Like, that's a lot, especially with all the models, and they have to do all the animations for all of them. So they've done, in Gen 6 and 7, they've done around 70 or 80, maybe a little bit more. So I'm thinking maybe 80, 90 new Pokemon. That would be nice. I'm not expecting 100 or more. That's a lot. So yeah, around 80 or 90, I think. For the gyms, something I really hope for the gyms is that they don't do specific types, because that just makes it so they're a complete breeze a lot of the time, because you can just bring the type advantage and completely destroy them. So I'd like to see more of the gyms focus on a specific strategy over like a type. So there'd be like one that uses Trick Room, or one that uses Weather a lot, or one that tries to boost their stats as much as possible. Just stuff like that, and they use all different types of Pokemon. And I might as well just chuck a ball. I don't really have much else to do. This thing does have a move that I'm glad it hasn't used yet. I mean, I guess using Hypnosis all the time is annoying, but there's another move that's kind of annoying. Yeah. Yeah, the Pokemon in this square, they're a little tough to catch because a lot of them are evolved. Actually, all of them are evolved, except for one. There's the Hypnosis again. Another hope is new Pokeballs. They haven't done new Pokeballs except like the Cherish Ball or like Dream Ball since Gen 4. And Gen 4 had so many cool new balls, like Quick and Dusk. So I really hope they bring back some new cool ones. Like Quick Balls are super awesome. I don't know... Oh wait, hold on. What do I need to do? Okay, I'm gonna do some damage because Umbreon's asleep. I'm trying to think of what cool new Pokeballs they could have. There's one idea I saw that's just one that's incredibly expensive, and it's just to show off. I actually think that would be really funny. It isn't any more special than a Pokeball, but it's just super expensive. So just, I don't know, cool fun stuff. And then, for types, I don't really, if they introduce a new type, that's cool, but I don't really care if they introduce a new type or not. They could, but I really hope they put in some cool new dual types. Like, Bug Ice is one I really want. What else? There's Bug Ice. Electric Fighting is a cool one. Poison Steel. Those are some cool ones that they haven't done yet. So just some more dual types. I'm sure they'll do some. Ooh, please. Yes. Okay. These are going really well. Really, really well. Nover. Aw, it wasn't Nover 9000. I'm sorry. Or I guess Snover. Okay. And then along with the types. Oh, what's your tip? Because attacks become more likely to be critical hits. Yes, by a lot. Another thing with types is I really hope they do some type balancing. Because, like, in particularly, Dark and Ghost almost are identical offensively. It's just that Ghost doesn't affect normal, and Dark is resisted by fighting, and that's really about it. So I hope they differentiate Dark and Ghost a little bit more offensively. And another one is, please buff Ice types. Ice types are so bad. Having one resistance is, like, awful. I don't know why they do that. And they make so many defensive ice types, and they only have one resistance. Like, give them a ground resistance. That would be awesome. Hey folks, sorry to interrupt. This is me in post. This episode turned out to be a little bit longer than I thought it would, so I'm going to go ahead and split it into 2 episodes. I'm going to go ahead and do the bios for the 2 Pokemon we caught this episode, and then end it off after that. So let's get into the bios. First off is Misdreavus, which is one of the most interesting Pokemon in the entire game. Not because of its stats, which are mediocre to average, but because of its ability and typing. Misdreavus' ability Levitate makes it immune to all ground-type attacks. This combined with the Ghost typing, which is immune to normal and fighting, gives Misdreavus 3 immunities, which can really mess with some of the AI in this game. Its starting moves are Psybeam, which is a fairly strong Psychic-type attack that can sometimes cause confusion, Confuse Ray, which is a 100% accurate status move that causes confusion, Mean Look, which prevents the target Pokemon from switching out, and Shadow Ball, which is a strong and reliable Ghost-type attack. All in all, Misdreavus is just a fun Pokemon to use. It doesn't have much offensive presence, as Ghost attacks are physical, and Misdreavus has bad physical attack, but it can learn some very interesting status moves. Also, Misdreavus is the only Ghost type you can get in the entire game, so the AI doesn't always know how to handle it, and will often use moves that don't affect it. Say what you will about it, but just remember that it doesn't affect Misdreavus. Finally, we have Noctowl. This is an odd Pokemon, because usually flying types are fast and focus on offense, but Noctowl focuses more on defense, with high HP and special defense, while its offensive stats are pretty low to very bad. For abilities, I would recommend Insomnia, because being put to sleep can be very annoying. It's not as bad in this game since you can just call the Pokemon to wake it up, but losing that first turn is never fun. The normal flying typing may seem basic, but is actually very helpful, because it gets 2 immunities. The ground immunity in particular is very good. Its starting moves are Steel Wing, which is a fairly strong steel type move, Hypnosis, which is a 60% accurate status move that causes sleep, Reflect, and Fly, which is a 2-turn flying type move that makes the user immune to most types of damage on the first turn. Honestly, Noctowl is not a very good Pokemon. It has almost no offensive presence, since normal and flying are both physical moves, and it barely gets any special attacks. It also doesn't learn many good status moves. Really, the best use for Noctowl is to put Shadow Pokemon to sleep so that they're easier to snag, since Noctowl is bulky enough to stick around for a while. Alright, that's it for this episode. In the next episode, we will continue to battle the trainers and snag some Shadow Pokemon. Thank you very much for watching. It has been a pleasure to play, and I will catch you later.